Already? Has it begun? Welcome to... Welcome to another episode of Thank You for Your Services podcast. The podcast dedicated to... What? Why's your finger on that button?
Round of applause.
The podcast that is dedicated to working, the service industry, and honestly any job. And also, I like to tell stories about my experiences in the Army.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of a double entendre when you think about it.
Get it? Because
Thank you for your services.
Not only are we thanking the veterans out there for their service, but we're also thanking all of you for your serving of everyone else.
Everyone is equally as important.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's a hero.
Okay.
You don't think so?
Definitely not.
Everyone in the working world?
No. There's definitely some dead weight out there.
What do you think's dead weight?
Nurses.
Oh, get the fuck out of here with your flannel shirt on.
Teachers, actually.
Yeah.
Teachers.
Yeah, oh, they're the worst.
Especially those public school ones. Fuck you.
Oh my god.
Actually, if I could
So
make
much hate mail.
if I could make a real point,
Yeah.
teachers
You
that
can't.
teachers that are tenured. You understand the concept of tenure?
Yeah, where you can't get fired.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Some of those people,
Anybody
teachers,
who can't be fired,
yeah,
kind of an asshole.
yeah. First of all, what is can't? They really can't. Like you can't do it.
Because people take advantage of that. Obviously, there are so many good teachers out there, though.
Yeah.
That I think the system works in their favor.
Yeah, sure. I've had several good ass ones.
I've had some really good teachers. Mm-hmm. I've had some really bad ones, but
Who's your favorite?
my favorite teacher of all time.
Yeah, pick one. Middle school, high school, college.
I know. I'm trying to think. I guess my favorite teacher. Oh boy, that's a tough one. I guess Mr. Ford. He was my math teacher in high school for 10th and 12th grade.
Okay.
And he would stay after to help me. I'm still horrible at anything besides addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I'm horrible at everything else. And he loved 80s metal, so we bonded over that. And he really took the time to help me out. I even joined the math league. Even though I was terrible at math, I just did it for the extra credit, but he'd really stay after school, help me out. Oh, you know what? I guess also Miss Emmerich. I'd say it's a tie between them two because Miss Emmerich was my 8th grade English teacher, and I hated Shakespeare, but she made it fun. Why? What's up?
That's so funny that you say that. I have a Shakespeare quote for us this week.
Oh, go ahead. What is it?
Shakespeare as old as dirt, but I heard a Shakespeare quote that I was like, wow, that's cool. That's profound.
Okay.
For there is nothing, either good or bad, but thinking makes it so.
Cool. It's a very good quote.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you hear it?
I think a movie or a show or something like that. Maybe a podcast, actually, but it's interesting. I think it was a comedian who said it because there is no right and wrong, only your perception of what is right or
That's
what
like
is
an
wrong.
old concept, I guess.
I mean,
because like if somebody's a thief for stealing bread, but then what do they do with that bread?
Context.
They feed their family.
Something. But
Yeah.
I thought that was profound.
That's always like the example used.
I had a good math teacher too in high school, Mr. Barr.
Okay.
Geometry.
Cool.
I actually liked that class a lot. My favorite teacher, though, hands down, English professor, my first year in college, second semester in college, Mr. Nefferdorf.
Sounds like a Star Trek villain.
Yeah, he was really cool.
The Nefferdorfs.
He had like, I should have pegged him for an alt.
Oh.
Because no, no, but he had like a not pomped hair, but like combed back-ish kind of haircut.
Yeah,
and
it was like
the brow line glasses, like kind of hipstery glasses.
Sure.
And he had like a little tattoo poking out of his polo shirt.
Oh yeah.
And I wore a Cramps t-shirt to school one day.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, good shirt." And I was like, "Oh, you like the Cramps?" He's like, "Yeah, for sure." He was like, "My son's name is Strummer, after Joe Strummer."
Ah, okay,
and
cool.
he said the Clash and like all this shit is like his favorite music in the world. And we talked about music all the time. Never got a bad grade in that class. I liked him a lot.
Excellent.
But those teachers are exceptions to the.
Did you ever have a hot teacher?
Yes.
I never did.
I had a hot Spanish teacher in high school.
Ooh.
For multiple years.
Damn. Yeah, I never did.
Miss Manzano, shout out. If you're listening, write in.
He's legal, Miss Monsanto.
Yeah, a couple years removed now. I think we're okay.
Yeah.
I'm past the window.
Yeah, I mean, how old was she, do you think?
Fuck, who knows? Not old. She was definitely like younger, but
that happened at my school 2 years after I graduated. Kid got with his math teacher.
There were rumors about a teacher in the time I was in my high school. There were rumors of him and a student, but I don't know if it was ever confirmed, and there was nothing for real. But
cool. Can I talk about me now?
Mrs. Manzano, if you're out there listening,
she's a Mrs.
Mm-hmm. Please send us an email at ThankYouForUrServices at gmail.com. And anyone really, any and all listeners, you can write in ThankYouForUrServices at gmail.com, and your is spelled UR. Thank you for your services at gmail.com.
Also, you can follow us on Instagram.
We're also on Instagram
at ThanksForYourServices_podcast. Once again, that is ThanksForYourServices_podcast. That is us on Instagram. Did you just snot rocket inside my home?
No, I had an itch. And I didn't want to pick my nose because it bugs you.
I think it bugs most.
Well, they can get over it.
I can't believe our last episode was over the phone.
Well, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I know.
So
it was odd.
Oh, that
was nice, but
that brings us to the crux of today. Matt is back.
I am back. I'm better than ever. Oh my god, my cat is just digging into my freaking thigh.
Back.
God, thank God. Okay, I got his claw out.
I'm back in the saddle again. That's Aerosmith, right?
I don't know.
It is.
Okay. How do you like Aerosmith, but you hate AC/DC?
Because AC/DC sucks. And Aerosmith doesn't so much.
Okay, bye, Haku.
See you, bud. No, do you want to talk about your experience at school?
Yeah, I would love to. I definitely, I guess I got into it a little bit, but I was like half awake or half asleep, depending on how you want to look at it.
Hey, Shakespeare said, there is no awake or asleep, only what you think of it.
Yep, Shakespeare said that. No, it was, I was at the...
I missed it.
I was training to become what's called in the military a non-commissioned officer. That is when you are on the enlisted side, and you become a leader, basically. I don't know how to.
It's a leadership role.
It is a leadership role that once you get promoted to, you are now forever different. You can no longer just be a soldier. You are now a leader. You're not on top of a soldier.
You're not a private or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I would the way I could so the way the ranks go is. When you first enter, like when I entered, I literally entered as an E1, a private. Mm-hmm. I had no rank, and I got promoted at basic.
Busboy.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. You don't know how the system works, you know nothing. And I got promoted at basic training, and I became an E2, which is still called a private. Mm-hmm. You are now a PV2.
Is there a designation with like private first class, any shit like that?
There's
the branch that you're in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then you get then I got promoted a little bit later to E3, which is private first class. That was in April of 2019.
That's before you went overseas the first time?
Oh yeah, that was way before. Well, not way, but it was before. Yeah. So then I had to go away to a school for 7 months, another school, and when I came home, they promoted me to E4, which is specialist. Which there are more specialists in the Army than anything else.
Okay.
Specialists are like. It's kind of a lot to get into, but specialists are like they're your people that are always working and yet always learning how to avoid work. They are like the people that have been at Target for too long or something, you know what I mean? But they never got promoted to manager. So a lot of people never get promoted to sergeant or E5, or they never become a non-commissioned officer. So I had to go to this school, which is 3 weeks long. Oh, excuse me. I'm still catching up on sleep, by the way. Our days were filled every day from...
You were saying like 6 a.m. till sometimes 9 p.m. at night.
Yeah. But honestly, I was up at 4:55 every day at least. And then there were days I was up at 3:55.
Yeah, for those weird early formations.
Exactly.
The outliers, you said.
Outdoors. We were all freezing. Just just stupid stuff. And just Army.
For those who don't know, it's been pretty cold again on the East Coast for the last several weeks.
Yeah,
Only
it got
while
cold.
Matt's gone.
Yeah, it got cold again. It got cold again. But that's okay. So
you're home now. It's starting to warm up again.
Oh,
I think spring is finally able to start. I hope.
Yeah, so I am still trying to catch up on sleep. I just got home 2 days ago. So what I wanted to talk about was I talked about the classes and stuff. I had a great group. I'll talk about a couple of people that were outliers, but
sure. We'll get there.
I won a huge award.
Okay.
While I was there, I won what's called the Distinguished Leaders Award. So
the plaque is sitting over there. It's about
I got
plaque size.
Yeah, which is oh my god, I'm so sorry.
You're gonna make me.
I need like a nap. I need like a midday nap.
You need caffeine or something.
No, I never. I don't drink caffeine. I don't ingest caffeine.
It's a little late in the day.
Or I get really jittery. So
for a nap.
It is a little late in the day for a nap. You're right. So what that is I was picked among my class, my peers, to go in front of a board to answer a bunch of questions. Just do whatever is asked of me by very high-ranking members of the academy. And I went up against 7 other people.
Will Smith.
Yeah, up against Will Smith, yeah. I went up against 7 other people that were also picked out of there are 8 classes.
God damn it.
I know, bro. It's going to be all day like this. I don't know why.
You need to drink some more water or something.
I've been drinking water. So I went up against 7 other people, and I won. By 1 point, I won, I was told.
Well, a victory is a victory victory.
I also finished 8th in the whole academy out of 113 people. So I made what was called commandant's list.
Nice.
So that was like for my grade point average and stuff. So it's like a school. It's literally a school every day from like 6 a.m. and then it's more like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. But they would give you so much homework and there's no internet there, and you can't even barely even when I called you, it was like that I had to move locations to be able to get service. There's no service out there. There's nothing. You're out in the middle of nothing, and so you have to use their classroom. So you'd be in there till 10 o'clock at night just working on papers. They give you essays to write and stuff like that. Yeah. So
that's like before I had. Actually, my whole time in school, I had to do not all, but so much of my work either in school because I was a library aide.
Oh yeah, I was a library aide. Yeah.
easiest grade.
I
all
loved
time.
I loved that. I would just read or
I got
or
all
do
my homework done.
Yeah, or do homework exactly.
Because I didn't have a Microsoft computer at home, and
Yeah.
we would need Word documents or PowerPoints or whatever the fuck. And I couldn't afford a Microsoft Office extension for a Mac, so I was like, well,
It's
I can
too
do
expensive.
I can do it for free at school, so this is pretty stupid not to.
Yeah.
But yeah, using the facilities.
No, I was the same exact way. That's funny. You were also a library aide. Because we went to the same elementary school, but we went to different middle and high schools.
Yep.
But so I won this award, and when we graduated, I got handed a plaque, and then I got 40 promotion points because of it, and that's a
Nice.
that's a huge deal. Yeah, yeah. And the National Guard, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that'll come in handy.
Yep. So, I wanted to talk about a couple of things. So,
Yeah, let's do it.
I
I'm
was
ready.
3 weeks without my wife. So I did not make love for 3 weeks, which was rough. That's always rough. I mean, I've been away for a lot longer than that. 'Cause I was away for a year and with no intercourse, and that sucks. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And then so since I got home, it's been good. I've right now I've just been basically a human rodeo show. so
that is an eloquent way of putting it.
yep. So cool.
No,
I also realized how many people.
that's not disrespectful either, because if Liz was here, she'd be like, yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's 100%
Liz would think
true.
that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, she'd be like,
I forget how many people don't understand my deadpan humor when I'm serious, like when I keep a serious face but I say something funny, and I put something in my speech that was a really bad pun, and I announced that it was a bad pun, and still no one understood. Nobody laughed.
good.
Yeah, it was.
That's what you get for making a pun.
It
in a
was what I
speech,
got, yeah.
You bastard.
I also, so I definitely, I guess I would say I believe in karma in a, how do I put this? So we all had to, so me and 7 other people had to go in front of this board. All these really important people. We're all super nervous. You never know the questions beforehand that they're going to ask. You don't know anything. Oh my God. I'm just.
It's starting again.
It's a yawn. It's, I'm infected with
He's got the germ.
Yondis.
Oh my
With
God.
Yondis. So
Bored.
I ran into my class after I got done, and everyone's like, "Oh man, how did it go?" Even my instructors, how did it go? Because my instructors were awesome, by the way. And I was like, I think it went really well. I answered all the questions, for the most part. And even if you don't know the answer, you make something up and you say it with serial killer confidence,
Conviction. Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, and there was a guy who I was up against who saluted with his left hand. So at least I didn't do that. So, and that's like you just don't do that. Like you're so, he said he just got he's a really good soldier too. So like a really nice guy. We were all talking before.
Oh, this isn't the pun. This actually happened.
No, this actually happened. We were all talking and stuff, and you're waiting and waiting and waiting for it to be your turn. And he said he just got so nervous. He walked in and saluted with his left hand. And you're supposed to, for those of you that don't know the military, you're supposed to. No, he's not.
It's fucking moron.
No, he's not a moron. But you're supposed to salute with your right hand. You're just so trained to salute with your right hand. I don't even know how that happened to him, but he was just
muscle memory.
He was just so nervous that he walked in. He said I just blanked and I went with it. And then he said you have to say the NCO creed, which is 3 fucking paragraphs long of a thing you have to memorize. And I said that shit hardcore. I said it you know how loud I can talk. Mm-hmm. And anyway, so yeah, so I ended up winning by 1 point. And anyway, I said that I walked up and I said that, and I swear to God, 30 minutes later when I went to lunch, I bit my fucking tongue. I bit my tongue so hard, in fact, that I split it a little bit, like on the side. I was bleeding all like while I was eating, and I was like, "Well, Matt, that's what you get for opening your big mouth about this guy's mess up, this guy's mistake."
Oh, to your class?
Yeah, and it's not like I even said like I didn't say his name or anything or what platoon he was in or nothing. But
by the way,
I shouldn't.
If you're listening with your left hand, use your right hand and shut the podcast off because you're a failure. You'll never be a soldier.
Jesus Christ. No, he was a really good soldier. That was the thing too. He had 2 badges for the different schools he went to. I was like, oh man.
He should have one of them taken away.
No. But
left hand.
But yeah, it was really weird. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was I had to drive a couple of my buddies to the airport so that they could fly home. One of them lived out in Washington, one lived in South Carolina, and one lived in California. And great guys. I took them all home, but I gotta say, people. Okay, not people. There's like a force field around airports where everyone just becomes a Mad Max driver.
What airport are we talking about?
Philly Airport.
Oh, PHL? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
If you're in... this isn't like super revealing information, but if you're, let's say, at a military base in North Jersey, I would think you would fly out of Newark or something.
Well, it wasn't in North Jersey.
Oh, whatever.
It was close to Bordentown.
Okay. Well, so the Philly airport is a special kind of place too. I don't hate the layout, and I'm so used to taking my dad there all the time.
Yeah.
That it works for me.
It's fine. It's a fine airport. I just meant like you just park wherever you fucking want. Car doors are open. Everybody's all over the place.
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts, but
it's great. It's like a Target.
It is like a Target. You are or a Chinese food restaurant.
Huh. Elaborate on that.
People just fucking park right outside and just continue on their business. They block the doors. Yeah, they block the fire lane. Yeah. Anyway, what's on your mind, baby?
Well, we can both talk about this first since you saw it too. I want to talk about that movie X.
Oh, fantastic movie. See, you didn't like it. That's so weird to me.
See, I'll tell you where it lost me.
Okay.
The movie takes a dramatic turn.
Wait. Spoilers, right? We're gonna.
Yes.
Okay, so
fuck that movie.
So don't. Fuck you. That movie's fantastic.
If you want to see X and you listen to this podcast and you haven't seen it yet, fast forward the next 2 minutes.
Probably a little more than 2 minutes.
2 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, I would say 5 minutes.
So at the climax of the movie, first of all, I was in a great auditorium of people because everybody was laughing at the same thing. Like,
what are they laughing at?
I'll tell you the part where the guy walks over toward the house.
Yeah.
Before he gets killed out front of the van by the lady. And did she take her clothes off at that point? I don't remember exactly.
The old woman?
Yeah.
She started trying to kiss on him.
That's what we were fucking dying.
Yeah, you're supposed to laugh.
In the movie. We were fucking... Everybody was like, yo! Just fucking... And then she stuck him right there.
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And then from there, I was like, that was kind of unexpected. And then I was like, well, of all people, why that guy? Why, like... What
do you mean?
Like, why would she kill that guy? Of all the other people in the group?
Because he wouldn't fulfill her needs. Yeah.
I mean, look at her. She's an
old woman. I think you missed the point of the movie.
I did.
Yeah. It's a fantastic film.
They're also a crew of people staying respectfully on these people's property that they paid for. So why would he have the reflex to ever reciprocate that? She's a moron for thinking that.
But she's mentally unstable.
Right. Okay.
She hasn't had sex in a really long time.
Yeah.
The film
until the end of the movie.
Yeah, but that was the first time in years, and he thought he never could because he thought his heart was going to give out. Yeah. No, that movie's fantastic, and it's really about ageism and how we view the elder, how young people view the elderly, and how the elderly view the young people. And I don't know. I thought it was brilliant, and I'm really happy that Ty West is from our our town.
Yeah.
And he made this film. All of his films are great.
Remember the scene where she goes for the swim and the alligator swam up right behind her?
Yeah.
How tense was that part?
So, I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast before. I feel like I have.
We were on the edge of our fucking seat.
So I grew up going to my grandparents' house in Florida.
You've mentioned it to me.
My grandpa would take me to a place called the City Beach, which looked identical to that thing.
Okay.
You would hop off of a
dock,
like a little dock, but the only difference was there was a little bit of gross sand. It was like it wasn't like a real beach. It was literally a swamp that looked like they just dumped like a couple of truck beds of.
Yeah, it's all stinky and the sand is all soft and shit.
Oh, dude, the waters look like
Green.
the Loch Ness.
Okay,
like
I know exactly what you mean.
So they would put up ropes around the area, but you know like what separates the deep end at a swimming pool?
I know exactly
Just
what
those,
you mean.
with little floaters on them.
Yes.
And then you could snorkel anywhere, but they would be like, we recommend you stay inside the ropes. And as a little kid, I didn't think about it, but you'd look right outside the ropes, gators.
Nice.
Like they would just be swimming near you. And as a kid, you don't think about it because that's all I knew. I didn't even think like, oh, in a little bit, that gator could swim up and eat me. Yeah. So I was thinking, I was like, oh my God. It just brought back so many memories.
You were triggered.
No, it was so wild. I was like, oh my God, we just used to do that. We just used to swim in the same swamp as gators. And there was like one lifeguard on duty, but what's the fuck's he gonna do? And I was too far away as a little kid, but it was wild, dude. Like they had like an old like sunken dock in there. Like you could just snorkel, like as long as you had like big enough goggles, like you could just dive down and see all this weird old Florida shit, dude. It was cool. Wow. Right nearby there too was another place called I think it was Silver Springs or Rainbow Springs. Okay. That's where they filmed Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Huh.
Yeah, so I used to go there all the time as well.
Now I thought that part was like super tense.
It was, yeah.
But it fucked me up though because alligators don't hunt like that. Crocodiles do.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I don't know enough about them.
Alligators are more not laid back, but they don't go after stuff like that. Especially
they wait.
Not human.
They wait by the edge of the whatever to snap at something.
They sit around and wait. Crocodiles will stalk you and swim after you. And
that's interesting. Okay, but still, it was cool.
And I was like, that's fucking corny.
I didn't think it was corny. I thought it was just a good horror movie, like a really good, just straightforward horror movie.
I'd watch it again, but
yeah, I'm gonna buy it when it comes out on DVD. I think it was really good. I think they made a lot of good points in the film, just like the dialogue in general. I thought it was cool how they talked about like, you know, they were basically like, I'm not going to apologize for living the life I want to live.
Yeah.
And I don't think you should either. And like, yeah, you could say that and make it cheesy, but I thought the dialogue in that film was so well done. Both my wife and I were like, God damn, that was really good. We were really happy with the results. I thought it was fantastic. It was a perfect length too.
Yeah, I'll give them their gold stars in the dialogue. It was supposed to be apropos for the time, 1979.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it was like, it wasn't too over the top, corny 70s shit.
Yeah, it wasn't. You're right.
The dialogue was good.
Brittany Snow was fantastic. And I love that she does horror films because she's so talented.
Cracking my knuckles.
You know who that is?
Which one was she?
She's the blonde girl.
She was good.
She's such a good actress. She's in a bunch of stuff from the early 2000s, and then she did Pitch Perfect. But she was in she was like the star of a bunch of stuff in the early 2000s. Then she kind of like became like supporting character in different things. And then she was a star in this, or I guess you could say supporting character, but I feel like she had more dialogue than anybody else.
I like Kid Cudi too.
Who's Kid Cudi?
He's the guy who played the actor.
That's Kid Cudi?
Yeah.
The rapper?
Yeah, with the huge dick.
Oh my God, I never knew who Kid Cudi was. So
that's him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, when they showed the silhouette in the doorway, that was hilarious.
Dude, we were cracking up.
Yeah, so were we.
Mel was like, hey, we're joined by Mrs. DiDonato herself, Liz. I was like, do you really think that's his real schlong?
No,
And I was like,
not-
come on, it's a movie.
Not in the least.
I mean, not that I would doubt the man, but still, it's not like that.
I don't mean it in an offensive way, but it was meant to be comically
Yes,
huge.
exactly.
It was like
it's for effect.
reminded me of basketball. When remember when they're in the locker room? Do you remember that scene I'm talking about? No. Oh God, why are you laughing? They're getting changed in the locker room, and every time they put their hands up, their huge dick flops up. It's so. Liz, you remember that scene, right?
Yeah.
In basketball. Now you're a man. A man.
Horse, and they're like, no, it's not like horse.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been too long since I've seen it.
Dude, we gotta watch that.
Last time I
movie.
saw it was on TV, so I might have missed
probably
that.
got deleted. So
Welcome back.
so
That
yeah,
was-
I
so-
thought it was a great movie, and we're gonna go see the Batman tonight. So
Yeah, I'm excited for you. I liked it a lot.
okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
like I said, it starts right up with the title card.
Cool.
Awesome fight scenes, awesome car chase scene. Yeah.
Also, one more thing about X, and I know that you didn't do this, but stay past the credits. It
I
is
fucked up.
totally worth it, and it's awesome, and it explains a lot of stuff. It's really cool.
I'll have to YouTube it because I'm curious.
Do you think it'll be on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay.
Some people see Liz, like some people just get it.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably on YouTube. You know what we've been watching lately? Because I had never seen the Hobbit films, so we're on the second one right now. They're actually it's pretty good.
We talked about this once because you watched the old ones, not the new ones.
I watched the animated
right
one.
from the 70s.
Yes.
With the cool music or something.
Yeah, I like the animation.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I like the way they did the ring wraiths.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, or maybe I'm thinking the Lord of the Rings one.
Let's see.
Anyway,
Let's skip back
after the movie, what else did you want to talk about?
Let's see. Well, I was running right before it got cold.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been. Well, anyway, I was running with Elliot after work on our typical path that I've taken you on before.
Okay.
And so we're running around Tweed Park on the paved part, and we're coming around the bend, and there's about to be a hill, and there's two golden dogs. They look like Labradors of some kind.
Yeah.
And they're off leash, and I was like, "The fuck?" And their owner was right behind them, some guy, and I guess his wife or whatever was behind him in a wheelchair. So I was like, all right. But these dogs are off leash.
Yeah, dangerous already.
This is the point. So we're like, Elliot is super well trained. So of course they're dogs. They come running up to him, sniffing around, jumping a little bit, and he did exactly what I trained him to do. He completely ignored him and just kept
Your
kept
dog
going
is
with me.
so well trained, dude.
He kept fucking going. But I turned around and I was like, "What are you, a fucking stunad? What the fuck's going on here?"
Stunad?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And we just kept it moving. I wasn't gonna like scream at these people because obviously, I mean, they deal with enough.
Yeah.
Somebody being in a wheelchair. But are you fucking kidding me with the off leash?
Yeah.
Not at a dog park, mind you. This is just at
No,
a
regular
park.
park. This is the one right near your house that you and I have like rucked and stuff at, right?
Exactly that one.
Yeah. No way should you have a dog off a leash. Plus, major highway right there. Or not highway.
I mean, Route 7 is right there.
That's a huge road.
That's an interstate road.
That's like it's like at least 3 lanes on each side, right?
It's two on
each side. Okay.
It becomes 2 on each side, but trucks go up that street, up and down all the time.
And there's like a huge shopping center right across the street from that
Yeah.
park. That's like so dangerous to not have your dog on a leash.
Plus, if it wasn't me and it was somebody else's dog,
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
they could not be trained.
No. Gonna get in a fight.
Their dog goes after their dogs. Then what? Then you got a whole fucking thing on your hands.
How do people do that still?
Yeah, it blew my mind and it made me really mad. But then by the time I got back to the car, I was fine because when we got back to the park where we parked at, there was a kid trying his best to be inconspicuous, but because he's a kid, was very conspicuous.
Oh yeah, it's like when Cartman thought he had powers of invisibility.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Kids are hilarious.
He thought he was pants below his hips,
Awesome.
below his butt cheeks, peeing behind a bush.
He had his pants all the way down?
Not all the way to the floor, but like right above his knees.
But so that his butt
Yes.
was exposed. Wow. Dude,
I'm laughing again.
I guess I remember being that kid. It's funny, dude. I'm looking at your T-shirt, which I love, by the way. And I was obsessed with, stuff with the Grim Reaper on it and stuff as a kid. But I used to go to monster truck shows as a kid, and Gravedigger is, like, of course, everybody's favorite. And I had a Gravedigger shirt with, like, I swear, like, a really similar graphic to that. And
he's commenting on my Unified Right T-shirt. Shout out Unified Right from Florida.
yeah, I'm going to have to look them up.
I don't know that they're a band anymore, but
What do they sound like? It's like a hardcore band?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
like the best record is if they don't play Unified Right in Heaven, send me straight to hell.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely.
Record rules.
Are they on?
Yeah,
Okay, like everything
they're on the stuff.
on the stuff. Okay,
But
well,
I laughed so fucking hard walking back. I wish I knew who his parent was, because I'd be like, that kid is gonna be somebody. That's hilarious.
the next Elon Musk right there, peeing with his pants all the way down.
Comedic genius, no doubt.
No, but I it just reminded me you wearing that shirt and this story about the kid peeing is like I've been that kid plenty of times, but with my Gravedigger shirt on.
Did you?
I used to lift my shirt all the way up and hold it with my
Yes.
chin when I would pee.
Me too.
It took me a long time to not do that
Why
anymore,
did we
by the way.
do that?
I don't know. I guess I thought I was going to get pee on it.
We wanted clearance. Yeah.
How did you learn to pee standing up, like in a toilet?
I don't know.
You don't remember? See, I remember. My dad would take squares of toilet paper and draw with a black magic marker a target on them, lay them in the toilet, and then you pee there.
Wow.
Since then, never missed.
Genius.
Yeah.
That's a good dad.
Yep.
I think my dad was like, just point it that way. Point it to the middle there. Or some shit. I don't even know.
That's one of the reasons I'm so OCD and neurotic, the way I was taught a lot of things.
All right. You know what this graphic actually reminds me of? When I was looking down, I thought you were going to say something else, and this brought my mind to it. Reminds me of Powell Peralta.
Oh, yeah, it does.
The Ripper,
does.
a little bit.
Yeah. Which they took from the Germs poster.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I honestly don't know the history. What came first? I think that Germs poster came first, and then it was Powell Peralta.
I won't confirm or deny because
My-
I couldn't tell you.
My skateboard downstairs is the Ripper graphic. My fishtail board. I have two fishtail boards, which I prefer to skate on. By the way, fishtail boards for any of our listeners that are into skateboarding. I'm still skateboarding, by the way, every day. I'm out there whenever I can. Today I didn't get to because I was running a ton of errands. But what you doing?
I'm trying to look up who was first, the Germs or
Oh, I'll look that.
Powell
I can
Peralta.
look it up because there's
almost positive.
there's a YouTube video that's like how skate companies got their logos or whatever. I just never watched it, but yeah, because I never really knew much about Powell Peralta until recently.
Powell Peralta's much older than the Germs. It's gotta be. No.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
maybe.
that doesn't mean they had that graphic before the Germs used it on their poster. And it wasn't specifically the Germs who came up with that. It was the artist who drew the poster, and it was the skeleton with the mohawk ripping out because it was for Darby Crash's last show of December of 1980.
So that logo was for that show in 1980.
Yes.
This logo has existed since 1978
Really?
for Peralta. Yep.
Oh, boy. I always thought they got it from the Germs.
I'd be willing to bet they got it from Powell Peralta.
That is really cool. Okay.
Ay, that was a strange noise.
Yeah, they used that, and it was December of 1980, and it was Darby Crash's last show before he killed himself. Yeah.
No,
I read this incredible book in high school, and I don't even have it anymore. I lent it to a friend of mine.
Is this the Darby
Shout out
Crash
to Dave.
book?
Yeah, shout out to Dave Spencer. You still have my book from 16 years ago or whatever that was, 13 years
Dave,
ago.
we're gonna find you.
I mean, I deal with Dave all the time. He's one of my closest friends. He runs the record label that we're a part of.
Dave, I'm taking that book.
You know
back.
Dave, don't you?
No. I'm kidding.
Oh,
Dave Spencer.
yeah.
Dave Spencer, if you're listening, give the fucking book back.
He got back into skating now, too.
Before I sick United Artists and all the other record pressers on you.
Oh, you can hear my wife meowing in the back.
Well, sometimes you gotta meow. When you
Oh,
do
I
stuff.
meow for everything. Oh, are you playing it? For those of you listening, I bought my wife the Game & Watch version of my wife's obsessed with Zelda. It's The Legend of Zelda, the original, on a Nintendo Game & Watch, which I tried to buy for her last year, but I was overseas, and I screwed up something with the ordering. I had ordered it, and it ordered 4 of them. And I was like, I only wanted to order 1, and when I tried to explain that to the people through to GameStop, I couldn't make any phone calls, so it was all through email, and they canceled the entire order. So,
of course they did.
A year later, I found this in store, and I got to buy it for my wife because she's a huge Zelda fan. Mm-hmm. And the Game & Watch systems are like the original before there was Game Boy or anything. These were the original handheld Nintendo little handheld guys.
Okay, I might have to try that someday because I had the original Zelda game also
On NES?
Yeah, but I couldn't get past a certain point, so I never picked it up again.
The original Zelda, there's obviously so much info on the internet now, but when we were kids, I was the same way.
The game's like 40 years old.
Bro, I couldn't beat the original Friday the 13th for so long until 2 summers ago when I was right before I left to deploy. I beat the original Friday the 13th on my stream, and I was ecstatic. That game is very cryptic.
I had the NES version in like the gold holographic cartridge too.
Yeah, of Zelda.
Apparently, it's worth money now.
It is, yeah. I mean, there's
a market for it.
Yeah,
at least, but
definitely. I still collect NES games and Genesis games. So, what else is on your mind, baby?
Let me think. I have at least one more.
I see Robocop.
I watched Robocop the other night.
For the first time?
First time.
What?
Yeah.
Bro, that's one of my favorite movies.
I loved it.
I'd buy that for $1. Did you get all the little jokes in it and stuff, or no?
To be honest, I was falling asleep about 3/4 of the way through. But there's a couple things
You fell asleep during Robocop?
I took some melatonin and it was nighttime.
Oh, are you going to rewatch it?
Maybe.
I will watch that movie anytime with you.
I would like to watch 1 and 2.
2 is great as well. 3 is awesome also, but it's a very different film. Okay. Frank Miller directed it. Yeah, and
that's cool.
It's hardcore.
So
2 is really good though.
For those of you who haven't seen RoboCop, unlikely,
which is
like
nobody,
like myself, up until 2 days ago.
That's so crazy.
And the origin of him, he survived about 30 shotgun wounds.
Yeah, if not more.
Yeah, if not closer to
within
40.
the first 5 minutes of the film.
Yeah, they blew his hand off.
Yep.
And then he finally died because he shot him in the head.
Yeah.
And he still survived that.
Well, they brought him. Yeah,
they brought him back to become.
They used his. They really just used his brain for the most part, and a couple of pieces of his body. Mm-hmm. They to make it so that he was half cyborg, half sentient.
He survived at least 4 people unloading shotguns on him, and then dies just to get popped in the head.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
You're coming with me. Yeah.
I fucking love RoboCop so much, dude.
Let's see, when
I'm playing the music in my head right now. I love it.
When he realizes his powers and stuff and is unleashed for the first time.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. He stopped the convenience store robbery just to throw the guy in the cooler and not arrest him.
Yeah. So
why wouldn't he just take him in?
Because that's a big part of the joke. That whole movie isn't about. I mean, yes, it's about a RoboCop, but it makes fun of consumerism. Did you realize the name of the car? The SUX 6000 or whatever.
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah, like dude, the silly commercials. The Paul Verhoeven, the director and writer, all of his films are always about other things. Like he did Starship Troopers.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Did he do Running Man? I think he did Running Man.
I liked Running Man.
Running Man's great.
Let's see. Remember when those 2 guys were assaulting the lady?
Yeah.
And he shoots him through her legs?
Yeah.
In the tip of his dick.
Bro, remember when the one guy falls into the toxic waste and he gets splattered on the car?
Help me.
Yeah.
Help me.
Yeah, dude. There's Super 7 makes a action figure of him now.
in the mutated form.
Yeah,
That's funny.
the splatter guy.
He was running around all.
Mutated, yeah, I love it. And don't you love the guy that plays Red from that '70s show as the main bad guy?
Clarence.
Yeah, bitches leave. I love all of his fucking lines in that movie.
Remember
Dude.
that must be where they referenced that in that movie Triple X with Vin Diesel.
Why?
Bitches come.
Oh, is that what he says?
And then he said bitches leave, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely where they got that from. I never actually watched Triple X before.
Oh, the last thing that I laughed at
Yeah.
in that sequence when there's the hostage situation,
Uh-huh.
he comes in the building and he thermal scans the wall, and then he punches his hands through the wall
It's great.
and grabs the guy and just throws him out the window.
How about when Ed 209 like annihilates the one dude and he goes out the window and the guy is just disappointed in the programmer. Oh man, God, I love that movie so much.
I laughed at so many things in that movie.
God, did you ever see the remake from 2014?
No, but
I
saw that it existed.
Trash. It's unwatchable. Don't even waste your time.
I was like,
it's
why
so
does this
bad.
exist?
So the remake of Total Recall isn't terrible. It's at least watchable. Also, the remake of Fright Night is very good.
Okay.
But the remake of Robocop is absolute garbage. Don't even watch it.
I won't.
But dude, oh my God, the original Robocop trilogy, and then they made a TV show for one season of Robocop. I love Robocop. I think it's a very underrated franchise that I wish would be brought back properly.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Baby, there's an ant on the...
Ay.
Did you just drop the thing I just got for you? There's an ant on the wall. Can you get it? Thank you.
She's gonna eat it because she's a frog.
Oh, my wife, she's a toad.
Do you have any license plates this week?
Or
not yet?
No, but I got my license plate fixed.
What was wrong with it?
It's not the license plate. So I had traded my truck in when I came home from deployment, and I did everything right. I sent in the part of the title back into the DMV that says I do not own this vehicle anymore. I sold it because I
turned
traded
your plate in.
What I did was I sold the car with the plate still on. That's
Right.
what just reminded me.
Like most people do.
Yeah, I think most people. I've always sold my cars with the license plate that came with it.
Yeah.
So I end up right before I leave to go to this school, like a month ago, I get a ticket in the mail, and it's from the truck, and I'm like, I ain't had this vehicle in over 6 months or whatever, 6-7 months. I sold this thing, and I'm getting a ticket for it. So I call up the DMV. The lady was so rude to me. So rude. And I'm like,
What?
And I'm like, hey, I gotta. First, I call the ticket company, and I'm like, hey, I don't own this vehicle anymore. They were like, oh, you might have to call the DMV. And I'm like, hey, I sent in the title portion to you guys. They're like, well, we don't have it. And I was like, well, what can I do? Can I just go there and you guys help me out, or can we do this over the phone? No. And she's doing it like that. Like I'm the idiot for not knowing how to do this, even though I've never done this in my life. Yeah. She's like, no. She does it like that. And I'm like,
Oh my god.
okay, how can I do this? And then she explains this stuff to me online, and I'm trying to figure it out, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. She didn't explain it well at all. The website is trash.
They'll do
DMV.
anything to keep you from coming in there.
Oh yeah. So anyway, today I finally went in. The gentleman was so nice who helped me. I got in as soon as I walked in. They were like, "Oh, you're up," and I was like, "What? That's never happened in my life at the DMV." So anyway,
which one did you go to?
the Wilmington one.
Oh.
Yeah, and he helped me right away. He flagged it. I showed him my bill of sale. I had all the proof and everything. I did everything I was supposed to.
You did
the
it
DMV
there.
screwed up. I did it at the DMV.
So
Anyway,
no excuse.
that was what I thought that was going to take my entire day, and it only took 10 minutes.
That is
It was
so
fantastic.
refreshing.
But yeah, I don't have any license plates. I wasn't driving for 3 weeks. Besides, from class to my barracks, which it was so stupid. They made us move barracks like the second day there at like 4:30 in the morning.
Still.
But what do you got?
I have a couple.
Okay.
have a couple of funny ones. I saw an Alabama plate for the first time.
Gross.
Chulo.
Chulo? Mm-hmm. Wonder what that means.
Let's see. Yesterday or the day before, might have been yesterday. I saw one, like a Sprinter van that was gold.
Yeah.
Cool. Like flaky gold. The license plate was drum.
Drum.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a Delaware like Centennial one. It was like black and gold.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that looks good on that car.
I wonder if they're a drummer.
That's definitely a drummer's car.
Okay.
Because it can fit a lot of shit in there.
Sure, yeah.
And then, let's see.
Oh, speaking of fitting a lot of shit in your car. So I drive a minivan. Yesterday, I went to the local costume shop, Halloween store. I picked up a giant spider. It's in the back of my van right now. Yeah. I got it pretty cheap. Yeah. I got to start building my haunted house soon. In fact, in like 2 weeks, I got to start.
Mm-hmm. I saw a funny sticker.
Okay.
There were guns in the shape of the word fuck. And it said, fuck Joe and the hoe.
Oh, I've seen that multiple times. Yeah, people do not like Joe Biden.
They're so crazy.
Like 50% of them, I think, don't like Joe Biden. Oh my God, I told you about the Trader Joe's thing, right?
Trader's Joe.
No, so on my way home from work every day, I pass Joe Biden's house, technically. Mm-hmm. And somebody put up this like stupid sign that's nailed to a tree. It might still be up there. It was up there for like at least a week. It says Trader Joe's, but Trader spelled like a traitor. Yeah. And then like an arrow pointing to like where he lives. It was actually really fucking funny.
I'm shocked that they can get away with that, actually.
Dude, yeah. Because there's signs and shit up all over. No drone flights, no this, no that.
That's how you know
people protest around there and stuff still.
Yeah, that's how you know he's home for the weekend is when they have that sign up. It says no drones.
Yeah.
And
he's always home on the weekends.
The last funny plate I saw was here. This is for you to figure out. GFYPAL.
GFY. PAL.
Yeah. Think about it.
GF.
What could that stand for?
GFY.
Yeah, one of those is a word.
Get fucked. You. Piece.
Colder.
You pile.
Colder.
You pussy ass liar. Is that what it is?
Colder. Go fuck yourself, pal.
Oh, go fuck yourself, pal. Okay, that's hilarious.
I thought it was so funny. Sal Volcano posted that from Impractical Jokers.
That's hilarious.
Go fuck yourself, pal.
Oh, you like Impractical Jokers?
Yeah.
Yeah, people were watching that.
I like those guys. That's one of the few comedic things on TV that's like so funny.
The guy who started that.
4 of them.
Right, but okay, I should say one of the guys that started that is a huge. Oh, you look cute. One of the guys that started that is a huge horror movie buff, and he's friends with Adam Green. Yeah, Adam Green. Oh my God, I'm blanking. Yeah, Adam Green, who did the Hatchet films, and he does a bunch of indie horror stuff, and they had them together on the Joe Bob Briggs show on Shudder. I don't know.
Cool.
Just reminded me of it, and I was really happy that he this guy's a multi-millionaire now, and he's just like massive, an indie horror film fan. I just thought that was cool.
All of those guys seem to like.
They're very down to earth people.
They seem
apparently.
to keep it real.
Yeah, they seem to keep it real.
Like the guy who posted it, Sal, is like a legit stand-up comedian too.
So do we care about Will Smith and Chris Rock, or do we not care? I don't think I care anymore.
Nope.
Okay, cool. I didn't really care when it happened. I just wanted to see if you cared.
Nope.
All right.
Ancient history.
Yeah, rich people just doing dumb rich people shit.
I've also heard enough takes that are better than mine to be like, that's the correct one.
I don't give a shit either way. They'll get over it. They'll be fine.
He issued an apology publicly too, so
lame.
It's beyond over.
I don't think either of them should have apologized.
I overheard people talking about it at my work today still.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, fuck.
Talk of the town.
Christ almighty.
All right, Tom, let us scoot along.
Let's pivot.
Let's pivot.
Yeah.
All the way to a transitional moving forward, piggybacking. No, I hate fucking transitional words. All right, who you working
hear that?
with?
He hates trans words.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Transitional words.
That's what trans is short for. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. Okay, who you working with this week?
Well, I only got one coworker to complain about this week.
All right.
And I've mentioned I think I've mentioned the coworker who's like half an hour behind on emails all the time. It's like she's never ever caught up with what's going on.
Is this the one that stays super late
Yes.
and still doesn't get caught up?
Yes.
That's crazy.
She's super behind on everything.
What's she doing all day?
I've peeked at what she does, and she does legit work, and like she's researching.
Does she have more work than you?
Yes.
Okay.
And the stuff that she has to look for is a lot more involved because the way some departments attach documents is not how other people do it, and some of the customers who pay for that kind of stuff, like construction stuff, pay differently, and they're paying a percentage that doesn't match up with our percentage, and they're like, "Oh, it's because we did it on pencil." Like we have a pencil copy of an agreement, not a fucking like legitimized email or
typed
something.
one.
Yes.
Gotcha.
It's a whole thing, but she'll never be caught up. So she's already behind on shit. But if she does happen to catch an email across her screen, and that Outlook makes that noise, and it pops up in your little corner. Sometimes she'll stick her nose into shit that she's not involved with just because she's copied on it.
Oh.
And that, like, the solution has already been found.
Okay.
Or I'm actively working on something, and, like, you have enough work to do over there.
Sure.
Stay in your business. Like, don't slow everybody down by sticking your fucking nose in because you happen to get caught on or get copied on the email. That was getting on my nerves. And she also does not pay the fuck attention.
To what?
Like, I'll give super clear and concise instructions as much as possible, and stuff is still missed. Like,
I think I get enjoyment out of how frustrated you get.
like she'll bring in problem issues to the meetings that we have, and somebody will have given her a solution after the last fucking meeting that they sent her, and she missed it because she's not fucking caught up or something. And it's like, person, I told you this solution last week in the last meeting.
Yeah.
Like, and then she'll be like, "Oh, I missed it." We're like, "Yeah, no fucking shit, you missed it. That's why we're talking about it a week later." So people who, it makes me so angry.
Just get caught up.
Just try.
Just try.
Try, and also don't try. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because the solution's already there.
the solution is there.
Just Google it.
You can crawl out of your hole once in a while of this endless chasm of work that you've shoveled onto yourself.
Endless chasm.
Yes. Of, like, a person who is salary, mind you, is, or not salary, mind you.
Hourly.
Not hourly either. Fixed rate. You're paid for 40 hours no matter what time you clock in or what time you clock out.
Weird.
It's not a salary position.
They just trust that you'll be there for 40 hours.
Right.
Weird.
Show up at 9:30. Sometimes, most of the time, doesn't leave till 8 o'clock, 8:30 at night.
Yeah,
Sometimes 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
And this is 5 days a week, huh?
5 days a week.
Yikes.
You're not getting paid extra for that. All you're doing is stressing yourself out or frying your brain.
Maybe she doesn't want to go home.
It's tough to say because the way she talks
It wasn't
about
tough for me to say.
the way she talks about her personal life, she's like super like she's a normal fucking
Maybe she's projecting.
just goes to show someone who acts totally normal on the outside, maybe, but
Maybe she has a sex dungeon at home
maybe
where she's keeping people. She's like, ugh, I can't go back to them right now.
every day.
Yeah.
It must be exhausting.
I guess people
But then
live double lives.
Isn't work exhausting too?
Yeah. Well, what's more exhausting? Having sex slaves in your basement, chained up, having to feed them, walk them.
Probably dealing with all those dummies in construction that she has to deal with, but what do I know?
Do you think you just poop on the floor? I guess you would have to.
Oh my God.
You're just chained up.
This has devolved too far. Are you working with anybody yet this
Oh
week?
my fucking God. Yeah, let me tell you about this motherfucker I was in school with.
Yeah, since luckily you were smart. Matt was smart enough to take some time off to himself when he got back
I
from
needed
school.
these 3 days to get done my things because I have drill this weekend.
Thank God.
So we're all with each other 24/7. There's a guy who never stopped talking. He would raise his hand for everything. So, you know what annoys me? When people raise their hand while other people are talking. Like, I understand sometimes you have to, you know, like you really want to say something. So I get it. You raise your hand. But as soon as another person starts talking, they're like, hand up. They have to know that I also have something to say. In fact, what I have to say is more important than what the person currently talking has to say. And this guy was like that, except he didn't understand that nothing he said was of any relevance or important at all. There's a saying that I've always loved, and I don't know if it was made up or not. Like, I mean, everything's made up, but what I mean is I was obsessed with Mad Magazine back in the day. Mm-hmm. And there was a book that I had. It was Mad Magazine quotes.
This is an audio platform. When Matt explained that person, I threw my glasses down and rubbed my eyes because I was so.
You're so annoyed thinking about it.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you.
Yeah.
This guy. So there's a saying that was in a book by Mad Magazine. It was Mad Magazine quotes. It said, "Be wary of people that start sentences off with be wary," right? It's silly. When you're a little kid, you're like, oh, that's funny. But I've always carried that saying with me as an adult. And how I relate it to the world is, don't take advice from somebody that's also doing the thing wrong. Do you know what I mean?
That's a great point.
Like,
I've also thought about, why is a driveway where you park your car?
oh my fucking God.
But why do you drive your car on a parkway?
On a parkway?
Oh.
Thank you for that.
Sorry.
So,
Yahtzee.
this guy, every time the instructors, because the whole point of this program is to get the students to start thinking for themselves, right?
Right.
Do you have what would your solution be? And technically, they can't say that's wrong. So this motherfucker sees the opportunity to get every thought out of his head possible. Now, this guy was fucked up all the time. He couldn't sit still. He didn't even have enough discipline. All he talked about was doing martial arts, being disciplined, all this shit. This guy could not even sit in a chair for more than 5 minutes. He'd have to get up, walk around the class. And he did this like pimp walk all the time.
Much?
It was so annoying. And he would fall asleep standing up.
Nice.
He would literally standing up, this.
What are you doing?
Like, I'm nodding.
You're nodding.
I'm nodding
your eyes are
out.
closing?
Yeah. He would do that shit all day. And it was so aggravating. One time, I got up and walked out during one of his stories. I was so infuriated and so annoyed. And the teachers would call on him all the time. And they would start fucking laughing because his stories were so long. And then, so I started to make fun of it. Like, I can't take it. So then I started to make fun of it. I had to help him for a training exercise that we got graded on.
I bet he tells horrible stories.
And he did this thing. Me and the instructor were laughing so fucking hard because he did this thing so wrong. And they still passed him. And he would literally say the words to make a long story short and then keep going. Yeah. And I would be like, oh my fucking God. Like, I would be like, I would get so frustrated.
To make a short story long.
So I made fun of him in the last week. I started to really call him out. Or like he'd be doing something and he'd be like, and I'd go, it's not funny. You know, like I'd yell because I just started to not like him. So on the last day, right when we were getting ready to graduate, He's also a hustle man on the side. And
Go
so
on.
the thing is, a lot of people that are in the Army come from, I'll say, very normal areas.
Okay.
They don't come from Wilmington, where we're from, or Philly, or the city.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't see hustle men and women all the time like I do. He sells oils.
You mean like hucksters?
Like
Okay.
fucking sell out of the back of a car. Hustle man.
Yeah, hucksters.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Hucksters. Flim flammers.
Yeah.
So he makes fucking organic. I'm doing air quotes, by the way, which I hate when people do that. But he makes he makes organic oils, right? And honestly, the guy was a nice guy, but he thought he was like, because he was the oldest in the class, he thought he had all this really good advice, and he had zero good advice because he was fucked up. You know what I'm saying, right?
I'm about to take my glasses off and rub my eyes.
Exactly. So on the last day, we're waiting to graduate, and he's making oils for people. And he goes, Di Donato. He calls me over. Di Donato, did you? And I go, I'm good. Instantly, before he could even get it, he's like, no. I was going to make oils. I said, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm not going to wear it. And I was just mean because I was like, I don't want this fucking guy to think I'm another motherfucker. Like
Yeah.
I'm
You're
over
Mark.
it, dude. Yeah. Like I'm sick of the shit.
I'm not a Mark, dude.
I can't listen to his fucking dumb stories anymore. I made fun of him enough. I think he gets the picture. Like,
He didn't follow you back, huh?
no.
Thank God.
No, I was done with it. Anyway, that's who I'm working with. People that think that their advice and stories are very important at the end of the day, they're fucking not in the least.
When I can see your note from here that he's a hustler, I was hoping that he was like a Gary V hustler.
What's Gary V?
Who is Gary V?
Okay, sure. Who's
He's
Gary
just
V?
He's a social media, like, not a motivational speaker, but he started his parents had a wine business in the 90s.
Okay.
And he started he put their wine business online, which was
I
unheard
remember
of.
this.
Unheard of in
Yeah.
the 90s, and he made a fucking fortune
I bet.
doing that. And ever since then, he's been starting businesses and fucking.
Well, it was so easy for boomers to, they would like literally they just use the internet and people are like, take my money. Now we have to do,
Now
you have
life
to
is
have
the internet.
You have to have an OnlyFans and a fucking
Hey,
Fansly.
I've got an OnlyFans.
But what I'm saying is just to pay the bills. It's like you have to use the internet
Yeah,
just to
what
pay the
else
bills.
is there? And the internet is life now.
Honestly, it is. Yeah, reality has become augmented.
Hey, much like this show online.
Is our show? I guess. Yeah, I guess it's online.
It can be found online. That's how you listen to it.
Well, why don't you tell the people how to find us?
All right. I don't have anything else anyway. I mean, obviously, if you're already
I see
listening,
Gen X up there.
I'll get to that some other time.
All right.
They're not going anywhere. Those fucking
Gen Xers?
miserable fucks.
Oh my god, dude. They're not even that sad, bro.
I know.
The saddest they get is Ross from Friends.
I'll expound on this next time. But if you're already listening to this show somehow, I'm willing to bet you found us on a podcast platform that you're familiar with. But we're found on Apple, Spotify, Google, Stitcher. I think that's it.
The podcast app, right? I mean, you said Apple, but
That's
I just
Apple,
meant.
yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if people think that that's Apple Music or what. So it's on the podcast app.
Yeah, the native Apple Podcasts app.
Yes.
We're on all over there. I'm still looking into getting video set up. I found out that I have.
We're gonna start doing video then.
I'm willing to try.
I would love it. Yeah.
And I found out that I have access to my work Adobe account at home, so I could use Adobe shit to put video together. Maybe.
Hey, did you ever edit out that whole mess up part from last week about me talking about pooping for 5 minutes?
I did.
Okay. Do you want me to talk about pooping now?
Nah,
Okay.
it's okay.
Because I have to poop.
That's too good. It's too good. But you can find us on all the podcast streamers, and find us on Instagram at thank you for your. God damn it! I keep reading the wrong fucking line. I'm
Here,
exhausted.
I got you. Please email us with questions, concerns, comments, even if you hate us and you want to tell us.
Shit.
At ThankYouForUrServices@gmail.com. Your is spelled U-R, the letters U-R. ThankYouForUrServices@gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
And you can find us on Instagram at thanksforyourservices_podcast. And once again is thanksforyourservices_podcast.
Check there for updates. I'll put questions out, polls for listeners, and all that stuff, all the good stuff.
Good. Yeah, you've been doing a fantastic job. I love everything you've been doing.
Wee!
I want to get some stickers made for it.
Fun.
I'll buy some stickers for us, and we can start sticking them.
Sticking them.
Sticking them.
Thanks, guys.
Reminds me of that Black Flag song. I'll talk about my poop anyway. So, no, it's just funny sharing, 3 toilets, or, well, in this case, 4 toilets between, like 100
some people.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it sucked. And the food there makes you poop like crazy. And I'm a pooper anyway. I poop a lot. A lot of sodium in that food.
It was low quality food anyway, right?
Yeah. Yep. Always is.
Middle to low.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Not the worst I've had, but definitely not good.
Definitely not the best.
Anyway, that's really it. Just a lot of pooping. Thank God for baby wipes, which I just started using within the past year.
Where's the bidet, man?
I need to get a bidet. You're right, I do.
It
But I need to poop right now. So.
Put it on your list. You will not regret it.
I agree with you. We're getting our bathroom redone and gonna put a bidet in.
You will not regret it. It's very easy to do as well.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
And remember, keep working hard out there. Stay strong. Stay patient. People are really weird right now, but you fucking matter. And if you're listening to this right now, we really appreciate it, and we appreciate you. So thanks for your services.
Dave, give him the fucking book back.
Hey, if you've made it this far, number one, congrats. Number 2, here is a special treat, a preview of a new Fat Monster Matt song that he just finished. Hee hee. Sorry, Matt. Enjoy.
I heard a new song yesterday, and it's stuck in my head now. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it for you. This is just a recording of me and a little my electric guitar, but you'll understand though.
Mm-hmm.
Up my slack, can't ignore most anything. Gotta pick the right times to stay. When I cry, I always regret. Anytime I hit that, yeah. Whoa, running out. Whoa, running out.
It reminds me of something. In a good way. That was good. That little run.
Yeah. That's it.
Nice.
The whole song.
That's cool.
Yeah, thanks, man.
That's going to be a good song when you finish it. Or a great song, rather.
No, it's done.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, you mean when the whole band plays it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I was like, nope, that's it.
No, the final version will be great, is what I'm saying.
Oh, thanks, man.